Seismic shifts were promised in the third installment of the BAL-Africa League, and the scale has delivered the highest possible measurement. There is no upper limit. Measuring up, it's the City Oilers out of Uganda, and they are taking on Mozambican champions CFV-Beira. It's been a tough introduction for the debutants from Kampala. They have yet to pick up a win in just 3 attempts. Losses to Petro Slack and a closely fought loss against host Ahly sees them in a little bit of trouble. We look at the starting five from the City Oilers, talking about Jimmy Inabu coming in to try and speed up the process.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be joined by James Justice Jr., Philando Jones, Daitis Odeke, and Jermaine Roback Jr. Now, obviously, Inabu replaces Barnaba Ngor, who's been starting for the Ugandan champions. But in this starting five, you get the feeling that the coach wants to go for pace. And also, he's a former captain of the team, Jimmy Inabu. His leadership will be very key in this game.
Team from Beira, Ismail Nomamade picking up the start, and he's gone pretty much unchanged, Asha.
Yes, unchanged for a 5th straight game for the Mozambican champions. Will be led by Ismail Nomamade from the backcourt. Nigel Young, who's averaging 19.8 points in this Nile Conference. Mark Tagaye, the Senegalese, joined by Will Perry and Bourama Sidibe. Now, obviously, the Mozambican side will want to replicate that performance in their last game, and Will Perry should be at the head of that. He holds a joint highest scoring record in the BAL at 40 points, tied with Tyrell Stoglen.
When you talk about star players, Philando Jones, he can light up. 20.7 of 17 with his 8 rebounds and 60% from the free throw line. His versatility in scoring will come and be highly tested against this man, Nigel Young. Presence in the paint is the words that come to mind. 26 and 13 in a big win over the Cape Town Tigers. 100% from the free throw line, and he is a primary source and their primary point on the offensive end. It's Young, Jones, Justice Jr., Gay, a whole bunch of great role players. Ismail Nomamade, and it's Beira taking on the Oilers. Tip off, and CFV-Beira in their black kit, and it's Oilers in white. Nomamade gets it back from Perry. Important that they try and start well. Now Nigel Young works. Pass to Sidibe. Sidibe misses from close range. He should have finished from back in, but they still control the possession.
Well, it is a bit of jitters there from Beira, but they have the possession to once again try to score.
Sidibe, close range again, misses, and just a little bit of nerves to start out. I know someone that isn't nervous because he's been here before. He's seen lots of different action. And Robbie, just your thoughts around this particular contest. Young opens the scoring in style for CFV-Beira.
That's exactly how you start the game. Young always with his game face on and ready to go and rumble.
I'm not going to get my word in edgeways tonight, am I? It's going to be one of those, it's going to be a double blockbuster, isn't it, of excellent basketball action. No, looking forward to this one. This is frenetic, a do-or-die situation. Everybody needs to win. It's all about winning now. Penultimate day of the BAL Nile Conference to qualify for Kigali.
Well, penultimate day, everything can happen. Every single game is a final. Now, Mark Tagaye. Nomamade matched up against Inabu, fires and hits.
Beautiful finish there from Nomamade. He's literally continuing from where he stopped against the Cape Town Tigers. He's very lethal behind the arc, and if the City Oilers are not careful, it will be a very long night for them.
Philando Jones is left open. He knocks down a 3, and on the board is Philando Jones. On the board are the City Oilers, and good start for both teams. Perry into the corner. Mark Tagaye with fire, the long-range shot, a long rebound. Young fighting and battling for it. The scramble into the hands of Inabu, but his foot is on the baseline, and so it will be CFV-Beira basketball.
Just looking at the replay there, you see that the City Oilers are not giving themselves another chance with the defensive rebounds, and Beira enjoying all of that possession and giving themselves second chances.
Will Perry driving, drops off, and the finish! Gay underneath, reverse jam. Second emphasis play from Beira.
2 dunks, 1 3-pointer. Beira in this one, they've come flying out of the blocks and just enjoying that fixture and focus on the court so far.
Inaugural off the dribble. Jones hits one from there earlier. Contest on it. Odeke close range, and there's a finish. Roebuck Jr. with his first 2 on a putback.
Nice one there from Roebuck back to keep the City Oilers in this one.
Gay. Jones on the matchup. Gay. Sidibe gonna work against Odeke. Turns left hand close range. It comes off the front iron. Now a chance for the Oilers in transition. Justice Jr. pulls up and hits. That is in transition, and Justice Jr. gets his name on the board and gives the Oilers their first lead.
Yeah, that's incredible shooting there from the City Oilers. Just continuing from what we just saw between Ahly and Petro. Shooting clinic here tonight.
It's like the rim has gotten easier to shoot on. Perry's shot is strong. Long rebound. Roebuck Jr. back the other way. Jones fakes. Drives in. Odeke can't hold her. Now on the baseline, it's Inabu who turns and fires and comes off the front iron. A chance for Beira in transition. Perry throws up, and there's a push as Inabu caught behind. And the foul call comes in quite quickly. Back and forth we go in transition.
That is the sort of pace that Coach Mande Jiruni was talking about, that Jimmy Inabu adds to this fixture. Just looking at the replay there, Makta Gaye introducing himself in this fixture. 2 dunks so far for Beira. And the Lion Killer coming alive.
Killing the rim was Makta Gaye. Beautiful offensive play. There's Young, goes to the right, front iron, it gets it right back and can't score, but they continue to pound the glass. Where the Ferroviario de Beira were excellent in their win over the Cape Town Tigers as they dominated the glass on both ends for that. 26 offensive rebounds in that one, and not really noted for their rebounding coming into this competition. The addition of Sidibe and Gay has certainly given them some presence in the paint.
Yeah, the West African duo from Mali and Senegal, just giving them a new look. Beira, and they've become more lethal. They're a well-balanced team, and Niger literally balances and completes that puzzle for them. They are looking good. They have 2 wins so far, and winning here tonight will have 1 and 2 feet perhaps in the playoffs in Kigali.
A win here, and they've pretty much signed the ticket. The team from Northern Mozambique, 1-point game, 9-8. Oilers. Jones. Justice Jr. The drop-off. Jones gonna look to work against Namamade. Skies up and over. Just strong again. Enough defense there from Namamade. Perry to Gay. Out it comes, Namamade. Chance for Sidibe to work perhaps. He kicks across to Perry. Perry hits the 3. Nice open flowing offense for Beira.
Nice 3 there from Will Perry. They're very difficult to break down from the backcourt. Nur Mamade can shoot, Will Perry can shoot, and that gives them great offensive cover.
It's the 13th 3 for Will Perry in this competition, and he's been red hot from the 3-point line, wide open. The diminutive guard knocks down the shot, and he's a sniper from long range.
Diminutive, 6'2". Come on, Q.
Okay. Comes off. And Perry, right there in the thick of the action, is still going to be City Oilers basketball. It's Najil Young who actually picks up the foul coming across.
Yeah, that is what Jimmy Inabu brings to this City Oilers side. He's very good when he's bringing down the ball and can balance out the court and really be a leader for the City Oilers.
Justice likes the matchup, gets by Gaze, goes with the right hand, and 2 more to the total.
It's a beautiful drive there from Justice Jr. to introduce himself in this game. It's 5 points for him.
Well, I like the matchup. Use the speed to blow by, kick out Perry from the same spot. he hit earlier along this time on the shot, and offense is flowing for both teams. It's 12-10 in favor of Beira. And another look at the blow-by from Justice Jr. Goes to the right hand to evade the defense, finessed the finish. It's a tight contest. It needs to be. Both teams vying for a ticket to Kigali. It's 10-12 with our first time out. We'll be back on the other side of this. Well, we're back courtside in Cairo, and it is a fascinating contest between Well, we are back courtside in Cairo, and it's a fascinating contest between the City Oilers and Beira. Just 2 points in it, a single possession. Both teams non-relenting in their offensive structure, and it certainly was a timely timeout. Patrolling the sidelines, Robbie, could you pick up anything from the coaching bench of Mandy Jiruni?
Yeah, the fact is that they've really just got to, be strong in defense, just be very aware in defense, but more importantly, just push them out and just put pressure on the shooters from outside of the arc, because they just know how deadly they are. That's what the information is coming from the bench for the City Oilers.
Wow, thank you very much. And the defense and defensive structure really going to be crucial and critical. Barnaba in out of the timeout. For Jones hits the three. Another lead change and a big make. Second three-pointer for Jones.
It is a beautiful three-pointer there. They know that to win this game, they have to shoot from all angles, the City Oilers, and just getting those guns blazed early on in the game will be very important for the Ugandan side.
Well, when you look at the play of Ismail Numamadi, he was instrumental down the stretch for Ferroviario de Beira, and just there picking up the foul. And look at Jones and the long-range ability. We spoke about him just before we started this one. He is going to be a primary point on the offense, and if he gets it going, it's going to be a very interesting afternoon. Now, Enabo going to take a break with 2 personals, 3 team fouls for the Oilers. Numamadi, call for the travel.
Call for the travel, but it's interesting to see Jimmy Enabo being replaced by Fayed Bale, youngster from Uganda, who attended a camp organized by Jimmy Anabu when he was a teenager, and now he's playing with him on the same team. I-Hoops, it is called.
That is fascinating, and it shows how giving back can often result in great stories. Barnaba. Shot comes off. It's controlled there by Najil Young. Back out to Young. Young off the dribble. Perry into the corner is Mungawambe. Shot is strong, skying high to control the board. Roebuck Jr. safely on the defensive end.
Yeah, the City Oilers need to do a great job on the defensive rebounds to give themselves a chance on the other side of the court, and that's a good play there for them.
Barnaba's shot is blocked. He had time and space, is well defended. Mungawambe going downhill. Ball comes off the glass, and yes, it's going to be a goal game. Just a tad late on the defensive cover. Roebuck Jr. and illegal it is. So 2 more to the total. Another lead change.
It was a good transitional defense there from the Oilers regardless.
Justice Jr. for 3.
Justice Jr. incredible. He's been very key for them in this tournament so far, and averaging 20.3 points per game so far in 3 games played, and in this 4th one he'll be key for the City Oilers.
That is the 4th three-pointer for the Oilers. It's fascinating watching the great shooting, and Najil Young, top of the key, gets 2 more.
Impressive from Nigel Young there.
1-point game, 2:08 left in the first quarter. Justice Jr. pass is picked off. Mungawambe couldn't control, but it does get the steal. Comes off the foot of Jones, so possession does go the way of Beira.
Just looking at that replay there, Ngor Barnabe, he was calling for a foul, but he was blocked. And on the other side, Roebuck Jr. doing an incredible job trying to stop Beira in transition, but the basket drops.
Well, City Bay off, and Maktar Gay stays on the floor. Perry drives. Gay couldn't tip in. It's controlled by Banaba. 3 versus 3. Justice Junior ball is tipped away. Now it's back in transition. Perry attacks and is cleared out. Jones skies high to erase the layup.
Relentless there from the Oilers.
Jones fakes. Just off the dribble. Covering well as Perry back into the hands of Jones. Now Gay in the matchup. Steps. Side steps. Hits the 3 again. He's locked in for Lando Jones. 3rd three-pointer. And he's got that look in his eye.
Yeah, it's a game face. They know that losing here tonight will make their journey complicated. The Oilers.
Ball. Bale spins the pass. Oh my, what a thread. And that was just so skillful from Fayed Bale to find Justice Jr. ahead. And that is a dime.
Sublime there from Bale. He joined the City Oilers this season and just giving them a new look here in the BAL as they make their debut. But that will not matter if they don't get that W today.
21 plays 16. Mugwambe. On the blow by Mugwambe. Too strong. The dunk is missed, and now there is, I think it was a technical foul called.
Well, because of the hanging, it seems that the referee, Mahamadou Diallo, calls for the possession to go to the Oilers.
Right, the ball was in the hands of the Oilers. Just a breaking play. Actually, the pass comes in. This was that block from Jones, getting up above the rim with the left hand, and just a look at the side step 3. What a fantastic make from Jones. So skillful. Corner 3, Bale. Rebound is picked up by Jones on the miss. 9 seconds on the shot clock, about 12-second differential between shot and game clock. Robach Jr., second chance, gets it on the putback.
Looking at the City Oilers today, they have their game faces on. They know that this is a do-or-die fixture, and they're coming alive so far in this first quarter.
The Mamade stepping just by the defense. The hand comes, it's outstretched, and he was in his shooting stride, so he'll get the opportunity to go to the free throw line. It's the 4th team foul, so it'll be on the sideline. Well, they don't call it in the shooting stride, they call it sideline out of bounds. 6 seconds left. Corner, baseline, Numamade. Offensive foul.
It is an offensive foul there on Chirombe. And incredible to know that there's a place in Uganda called Chirombe. So when Ugandans hear that there's someone called Chirombe, it will be very interesting how they take it.
Last shot goes up, and Justice Jr. doesn't find the net. It was a great offensive quarter for the City Oilers as they hold to a 23-16 lead over Beira. It's do or die for the Oilers. First quarter done, 23-16 in Cairo. Well, we're back at the Dr. Hassan Mustafa Sports Hall, and it is a must-win contest for both teams. Uganda City Oilers 23, Ferroviario de Beira 16. Bo Perry and his troops looking to secure a ticket to Kigali. The City Oilers hoping to stay in the competition. The debutants looking for their first win. And as far as the competition goes, you can give the first round to the City Oilers as they start out well. Philando Jones, chicken and spaghetti, music on shuffle, and he's been to all the countries that he wants to visit.
Well, absolutely, and one of those countries is Uganda. Well, obviously, great to see Philando Jones playing for the City Oilers. He's locked in today, and he's been very crucial so far for the Ugandan champions.
Picking up on the three-point shooting trend from the first game, we've just seen some really great long-range shooting. Robach Jr.'s shot comes off as the first one out of the second quarter. James Justice Jr., 10 points, 9 points for Jones. Gay drives in as contact And it'll be Robach Jr. picking up the foul. He gives up a couple of inches and forced to give up the foul.
It is his fast foul, Robach Jr., but he's doing a great job there in the paint, sliding with Makta Gaye and just making it very difficult for the Lion Killer to score easily.
Well, it gives us a chance to have someone else who's patrolling the paint on the sideline. Just give us a little bit of insight of what you could pick up from the quarter break, Robbie.
Yeah, Coach Durrani really saying, and you know, this is the result of what they're trying to do. Is defend higher, just really get in the faces of the players on court for Beira, because that's when they've got time they can score. But if they're in their face, put them off. You do whatever you possibly can, slide a little bit, get in their faces and prevent them from scoring.
Well, increased pressure is definitely on the cards. Gay hits the second of his free throws. The game is back within 5. Ball pushed up ahead. Barnaba slides in between the two defenders and he gets the finish. He moved up the floor in a flash.
That's a big bucket there from the big man from South Sudan to score for the first time in this game.
Mungwambe, Perry. Ball movement, it's picked off, and that was some really sharp work by Drileba, who comes across on the help defense.
Yeah, great to see Drileba play in this game. He's just played 4 minutes, averaging 4 minutes in the Nile Conference, but he'll be very key on the offensive and the defensive side for the City Oilers.
Trying to match the speed. Nibamade's shot strong. Barnaba controls the rebounds. First time we've seen the City Oilers go small on the floor, and they have options in the guard position. Justice Jr. Jones is matched up with Perry. Jones. The trap comes. Jones stepping back. This time is well contested. Rebound secured. Chirombe. Perry. Gay catches and shoots. Comes off the back iron. Another defensive rebound control. Drileba, first rebound for him. And it's Justice Jr.
It's great to see Drileba on the court. Let's see how he fits in with the guys on the court.
Long shot again does not go. Now it's Mungwambe contested. Barnaba credit him with the block.
It's good defense there from Barnaba, just giving them that look. The City Oilers, his size in the paint, as much as they're playing small ball, he's very key for them.
Chance for Jones. Trap, but ball comes out. Jones trying to exploit his mismatches, or trying to look for mismatches on the floor. The pass from Barnaba doesn't hit the intended target. It goes out of bounds, and there's a turnover.
There's a turnover, and there's a couple of changes on the floor. James Okello, the captain, walking in with Robach Jr. as Barnaba and Jones get a break. They need a breather. They've been doing so much work so far, and you have some fresh legs on the court.
Fourth City Oilers turnover, and talking about turnovers, Mungwambe turns it over for the third one for Beira. Unforced error.
A bit of communication there, and Mungwambe just talking to the teammates and saying, you know, let's focus, let's stay in this one.
Bale again likes the mismatch against Gate. Drileba fires the three. Connects from downtown, does Drileba. Goes glass, goes in. 3 more to the total. Biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, Drileba is used to scoring under pressure. He's played 3-on-3 basketball for Uganda, and he brings that experience into this fixture. They'll need every energy on the offensive side going forward.
Trap, Perry. Out it comes. Mungwambe will try from long range, and he connects. Caught in rhythm. Mungwambe connects from downtown.
It's a beautiful finish there from Mungwambe to keep Beira within touching distance of the Oilers, reducing that deficit to 7 points so far.
There's a nice find. Perry steals the ball, tries to go up ahead, and playing big minutes for Ferroviario de Beira. Will Perry, a lot of people talking about his 41-point performance, but he just does so much for this team, whether it's playmaking, he's the engine on which they run. And just another example, the unsportsmanlike foul called on Faid Bale, clear path to the basket, so Perry will get the chance to shoot 2 and keep possession.
Yeah, it's a great moment there for Ferroviario de Beira. And Will Perry makes no mistake from the free throw line. He's been incredible on that front.
He's been incredible on a lot of fronts. 18.8 points a game, and just another look as BAL going to take a breather. Lots of changes coming from Coach Mandy Jiruni.
Yeah, he's trying to make sure that he keeps the engine going. They have to have fresh legs on the defensive side, and if you need a break, you can take the break. And on comes Shegun Obe, the BAL Elevate player from the NBA Africa Academy. He's played the most minutes of his teammates.
Baseline drive is good as Young just finds a slither of space for that finish.
Young knows where to find the space, and he punishes the Oilers. And they'll have to do better going forward because he's very lethal when it comes to that.
Okello come in. Obi! Wow. Looking to get the dunk in. Still gets 2 more to the total. And that's the first field goal for Shegun Obi in this one.
Shegun Obi been incredible. He's fitted in nicely with the Oilers and just enjoying himself here.
Perry shot. Comes off. Back eye, and then there's a call inside as the contact is always present inside the paint. The holding foul comes.
Yeah, interesting to see that it is a Malian referee, Mahamadou Diallo, who calls a foul on his countryman, Sidibe.
There are no borders on the court. It's
absolutely
one whole family, but it is interesting nonetheless. There is Bobak Jr. The Oilers still in control. Obe keeps alive, going to get called for the travel, and just a little bit out of control on that possession. They are looking inside, trying to utilize height mismatches on the interior, and that time Obe commits the turnover.
Yeah, it's good defense there from Beira. They're moving nicely in that paint, and they continue to communicate, and it's working. They forced turnovers on the City Oilers and making it count on the other side.
Sidibe is back on the floor. Malale in as well. Perry gets a breather. Now Young from downtown. Najeel Young takes his total to 11 points, and Beira with the lead.
It is a great reaction there from the Oilers. Drileba with his second three-pointer. He's coming alive and just kept saying if he's given a chance on the court, he will deliver for the City Oilers.
Offensive foul called on the baseline drive from that man Mungwambe. 33-28 it is, 5:19 left in this fascinating tussle. It's a must-win affair for both of these teams. Mungwambe looks on, but second team foul it is. Driving baseline, and that's just a little hold, grabbing the vest of Okello, and that's how we're gonna get a break in the action. It's a timeout called on the floor. The City Oilers still holding on to a 5-point lead. Beira have been trailing in this one. We'll be back just after this timeout. Back to live action on the floor in this fascinating now confrontation. The Uganda City Oilers with a 5-point lead with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left just out of the timeout, and they've got ball possession. Okello, Philando Jones. Jones drives in, gets the contact, count the bucket and one.
Beautiful play there from Jones, and you can see the City Oilers are playing exactly the way Mande Jiruni wants them to play. Move that ball until you have an open chance to the basket, and Jones delivering there on the bucket, and he goes to the line.
11 points now. Philando Jones has been really great offensively. All of his efforts coming from long range, and this is the first time we've seen him go inside. He's got a chance for a 3-point play. Comes off the rim, it's picked up and controlled by Young. The lead has teetered around 10 points, and sure, the timeout was a fascinating place to be. And Robbie, what could you pick up in terms of the dynamics on the bench?
Yeah, Coach Hernandez really underlining the importance of getting that extra pass out to make that extra man, give him an extra little bit of space, and, you know, swing it around, swing the pass around, because what somebody's going to be in a better position to shoot, and, you know, keep an eye on the clock.
Shot goes up, and Philando Jones continues to make it rain from the floor. Up to 13, leads back up to 9.
It's a beautiful finish there from Jones. He's the man with a hot hand, and they just keep giving him that ball. The Beira are yet to find out a way of stopping Jones.
Jones can go for large buckets and scores in streaks. Now Young attacking. Young's floater, front iron, right there on the rebound. Inside the paint is a battle, and that man Sidibe knows how to rebound, and he knows how to finish. 7 big offensive rebounds against the Cape Town Tigers, was a presence inside the paint and gives them extra value inside that paint.
Difficult moment there for James Okello, the captain of the City Oilers. Just almost got his hands on that rebound and then ended up getting a foul. But Sidibe, on the other hand, knows that he has a chance to reduce that deficit for Beira.
Averaging 11 points and 8 rebounds, just about 9 rebounds, Barama Sidibe. And part of that new signings trying to bolster the paint for Ferroviario de Beira. Malale will have a breather. Back in comes Perry.
That is Sidibe's first point in this fixture, but he's been doing so much of the work on the defensive side.
Obe! Wow! 2 long strides and a fantastic finish.
Beautiful there from Obe to just deliver on the offensive play there.
Ball is tipped. Charts now. Roebuck Jr. up and well contested on the follow. Obe getting a highlight, but it won't count. Ball went in. You know, Obe's nickname, they call him Tip Dunk Guy.
Tip Dunk Guy, indeed.
Contest there, and you see skying up over. It's controlling for the board. Nice moment and good drive. 2 long strides in the finish for the NBA Elevate player. There's another look at the foul and the contact. There's a timeout called on the floor.
Well, looking at Obe and what he brings to this City Oilers side, he brings size, he brings aggressiveness, and that's exactly what the Oilers need coming up against a team like Beira that are high on confidence. They have 2 wins already. The Oilers on the other side have been struggling since they pushed Ahly and almost won against the Egyptian Giants.
They came so close, only 1 possession away. The Oilers, they want to improve on that, especially in this one. It is do or die for both these teams. Ferroviario de Beira looking to stamp that ticket and secure passage to Kigali. And of course, the City Oilers looking to pick up their first win. There's been a battle inside the paint, 19 rebounds to the 14. Ferroviario de Beira struggling to keep the City Oilers at bay. We've just seen some dynamic scoring once again. 7 of 15 from the free throw line. The Lion Killer.
And looking at the Lion Killer, he loves spaghetti bolognese, one hell of a life. And that man who has played at the FIBA Basketball World Cup with Senegal back in 2019, absolutely incredible. On the other side, Tony Drileba.
Chicken and potatoes, Mzee All-Star.
Mzee All-Star.
Mzee All-Star, okay.
Yeah, Mzee means an old person, but respectfully.
That's a fascinating nickname.
Yeah, incredible. On the other side, Roebuck Jr. missing the first one. Frustration there for Mande Jiruni. He's a man who's a perfectionist. He's won 8 straight National League titles with the Ugandan champions. They've been knocking on that door, and finally here they are at the BAL.
Now it's Nigel Young for Ferroviario. Namamad. Back into the hands from Namamad. Spins. Runs into trouble. It's taken away by Roebuck Jr. Oilers have numbers. Roebuck Jr. goes up with the left, is well contested. Perry did well to even get a contest on that one. The rebound back the other way for Young. Young in trouble. Young tried to force and look for the foul. Get no call. Roebuck Jr. up up and in.
It's a great defensive play there from the City Oilers to force Beira to make turnovers and then convert on the other side. Robert Jr. leading from the front.
Baseline drive, Perry. City Bay, that one comes off the front iron. They've missed again, close range. City Oilers are looking just a little bit more impressive on the offensive end. The ball dropped in, going to ground hard, Captain James Okello.
It's a tough one there from Okello. The idea was great, but good defense from Mark Tagae, the Lion Killer, to use the best line to play defense.
Yes, bundled out of bounds, and the turnover comes 2:49. Largest lead of the game for the Oilers at 13.
They're growing in confidence, the City Oilers, but you get that from playing good defense and executing on the offensive side.
We'll soon be calling them the City Slickers.
Ooh, slick City Oilers.
There you go.
Baseline shot is strong. The rebound is controlled again. Extra pass comes. Now there is an off-the-ball call. Trying to ascertain what is happening on the floor as penalty. Well, the 5 team fouls is the call, and now there's a timeout called for Coach Manager Rooney, the one calling the timeout. And just we'll try and find out exactly what happened on the sideline on that call. But 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Coach Manager Rooney calls a timeout. 2:26, 13-point game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also a great opportunity for us to introduce the referees as crew chief Ian McCleany heads over to talk to the table officials. He's from the USA, brings so much experience from the NBA G League. You have Walelin Fikadu Gebeto from Ethiopia and Mahmadou Diallo from Mali.
Experienced reffing crew, and it is always fascinating when you see the diversity both on the floor from the refereeing perspective, almost all nations, and then you look at the competition on the BAL-Africa League. It really is a celebration of the continent.
Yeah, you have representation from all continents here, especially with Webster becoming the first player from Oceania to play here in the BAL representing Ahly. And we also have a lot of versatile nationalities here in the commentary box.
We sure do. Philando Jones, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And he's been the go-to guy for the City Oilers team. Comes in with a little bit of a reputation. Went for 40 points against the Tigers in Division East qualification. And now we're just getting a look at some of his offensive bag. He's so strong attacking the rim. And Robbie, could you pick up anything?
It's just I was just listening into the official. He's got 4 seconds on there because he didn't touch the rim, so 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
Perry up, had to go quickly. Ball is scrambled for the battle for the rebound, comes into the hands of Justice Jr. Justice attacking right at Perry, doesn't fall, skying in for the putback, Roebuck Jr.
Justice Jr. continuing from where he stopped in their last game. He's been very crucial for them on the offensive side, but now they have other options and working as a team.
The pass goes inside by City Bay, but he's picked off. Justice right at Perry. The left-handed layup comes off the front iron. Again, Perry has done a great job of just contesting on every single layup. Cross-court pass. Gay thinks about it. Gay fires up. Jill Young secures the board. Namamada's shot, no good. It went from being fluid from the perimeter to it looked like there is a cover on the rim right now for CFV-Beira.
There's a lot of work being done by the City Oilers on the defensive end. They're not giving up. They continue to communicate, but Beira as well trying to penetrate that paint and look for options. But looking at the offensive rebounds, Beira have 7 as compared to 5 for the City Oilers.
Roebuck Jr. drives baseline. His finish is contested and it comes off the front iron. Back the other way for Young. Sidibe kicks back out. Trying to break down this Oilers defense proving tough. Perry off the dribble, comes off the front iron.
It's great defense and movement there once again from the City Oilers. They're moving really well in that zone, and it's working for them so far.
Jones off the front iron. Captain Okello keeps the alive. The rebounding for both teams and second chance opportunities very, very prevalent. Justice Junior trapped. It's picked off by Najil Young. Young with one to beat. He goes up, and there's Okello right there. Commits the foul.
It is his second foul, James Okello, as Nigel Young heads to the free throw line. But for James Okello, he's been putting in so much work. That's what he brings to this side. He's very aggressive, and he's been given the duty to do all the dirty work in that paint, and he's delivered.
Well, he's got a tough job ahead of him, Okello. There's Najil Young, 11, 12 points on that make, and 6 rebounds. He's just been, and always is, instrumental on both the scoring and rebounding front.
Yeah. Talking about Nigel Young, very excited about playing here in the BAL with Beira. He's been putting in heavy minutes, but just also the commitment and the effort to help the Mozambican side try and qualify to the playoffs in Kigali.
Well, he's definitely been a valued pickup. Justice Junior off the dribble, knocks down the 3.
Smooth finish there from Justice Junior. He's been amazing for the City Oilers and doing great.
2 seconds on the game clock. It goes across the halfway line, and now a chance here for the City Oilers to get a shot up. Just 1.4 seconds left in this half.
That's 10 turnovers so far for Beira. That's really unlike them. They've lost a bit of focus so much on the
shot goes
side.
up, and that is Jones. Well contested, a little moment between Jones and Young as the shot doesn't go, but it's all City Oilers in that first half. They hold on to a solid 16-point lead, and it is great play from Philando Jones, James Justice Jr. leading the way once again. And at the half, it's the City Oilers 47, Beira 31. Well, there are some awesome personalities on display always, and I love those draw your logo videos. We get some insight into the colorful personalities that we get to see on the floor. It's not only about the game, it's also about the people in the game, and we have some of the best talent on the continent on display every single day in the Basketball Africa League.
Yeah, talking about people, let's talk about the place that is Beira Costa City in Mozambique. Incredible place there. They had they suffered from the 2019 cyclone Idai that literally took away their arena, and just being able to come here at the BAL is amazing to see. But looking at the player stat comparison, 13 points for Philando Jones, 4 for Maktagaye. Philando, he's been amazing, shooting 50% from the field, and he's dropped 3 3-pointers so far. On the other side, Maktagaye has been struggling from the arc, but he's been amazing on the defensive side.
Well, they need him to give a little bit more contribution with ball in hand. He's got a size advantage. He's going to have to try and maximize on the mismatches, and only 20% for Maktagaye. He will not be happy with his performance in the first half. Doing some good work on the defensive end, but they need a little bit more output on the offensive side. Philando Jones, he can go in a variety of ways. Off the dribble, on the catch and shoot, and he can create space on the dribble separation. He is a stunning individual one-on-one player. And if he gets it going in the second half, the City Oilers will like their chances.
He's locked in, Philando Jones. He understands the assignment. He knows that they need to move that ball around, give themselves options. When he has the ball, he can shoot the 3 or he can drive to the basket, and that's exactly what they need.
When we speak about the 30 points of James Justice Jr., or 46%, he was 29% from the three-point line. He's contributed 13 in this one. He's been more restrained. He's picked his moments, and that's why his field goal percentage is just a little bit higher. Only 1 assist at the point guard position, but 75%. He's 3 or 4 from the three-point line. He's going to try and keep that red-hot shooting streak alive, does James Justice Jr., because he's part of that backcourt. Justice Jr., Philando Jones, it's like J&J, and they just try and get the jumpers in.
And this man, who's been incredible, Nigel Young, 100% from the three-point line, 50% from the field goal, but just generally looking at how he's been able to penetrate that City Oilers paint, ask some questions from the Ugandan side, and also be the leader that Ferroviario-Beira need on the court, leading by example.
He is a standout player inside the paint. He's so difficult to stop. Players above his size, and he's able to break down teams off the dribble and also pick up offensive rebounds. He leads the conference in second chance points, and that's because he's just such a big presence inside the paint. 196 is what he's listed as, but he plays bigger than that, and that is a rare quality to find. He's a quality player.
He's giving a lot of cover to Sidibe and Maktagaye, who've been struggling on the offensive side, and that's exactly what Beira need. But also he's the guy who can match up to Philando Jones on defense and bring out the best from this Beira side.
And he is definitely a player that we need to look at on the second half. And if he can contribute an additional 13 points, then again, I think that this Oilers outfit will like this Ferroviario team will like their chances. Nigel Young has been a standout player in conference. One more game, 20 more minutes is all that Ferroviario-Beira have left in this Nile conference. Will they fight back? I guess we'll find out on the other side of this. 47-31 here in Cairo. (47-31). Dr. Hassan Mustafa Sports Hall is where the BAL action is all happening, and we're closing in the penultimate day of the Nile Conference. Ferroviario-Beira's final 20 minutes in the Nile Conference, and they trail by 16. The City Oilers got one more contest out of this one, but they're focused and locked in, looking to pick up their first win, and it's Ferroviario-Beira basketball at the start of the halftime. Young, Sidibe, Perry had a tough first half. Maktargay. Roebuck Jr. staying in front. Now it's Perry on the baseline, kicks out. Young thought about it. Numamade gets it. Comes off the front eye and is chased down by Gay. Gay. And he goes into the chest of Big Barnaba. Gets bounced off, but the foul is called.
Looking at that particular play, the City Oilers are trying to move, and you can see that in the paint there's a lot of movement happening, and they're really trying to communicate, but Maktagaye gets one over Barnaba.
To the free throw line he goes. Talked about the importance of him contributing on the offensive end. And it all can start with just a couple of makes from the free throw line. A little bit more confidence gets built, and teammates start finding you extra and additional touches. Gets the second. 47-33 it is. Drive, and there's a blocking foul called. Sidibe and Young, they're a little bit confused, but call was made. There's never a call that players would look at with happiness. Justice Jr., Jones, Drileba, Roebuck Jr., and Barnaba are on the floor for the Oilers. Baseline jump shot is good. Drileba locked in for the Oilers.
That is very smooth from MOZ, as his nickname was shown earlier. Drileba bringing that 3-on-3 experience here in the BAL catch and shoot.
Ball is tipped up. Gay tries to keep it alive. He does. Perry into the hands of Young. Young loses control. Just a bit out of control on this possession. Beira. Nemamade drives, scores the bucket, and now it's a chance for the referees to just confirm whether it was in the motion. Basket counts. Referee Waylon Fikadu makes the call. 2 steps through the contact and good strong finish. And another look at Drileba's 3 from the baseline.
Drileba playing a crucial part here for the Oilers. Yes, he gets that foul, but smart from Nurmamade to just try and drive into that paint. He's won 5 titles with Ferroviario de Beira, and he's hungry for that ticket to the playoffs to take this whole game to another level.
We're talking to Coach Hernandez. He was mentioning just how important this one is. He knows that they have not qualified and understands that a win means a lot to Beira. There's a push-off. Robert Jr. called for the arm extension, and he'll pick up the offensive foul.
Looking at the replay there, he was trying to get away from Will Perry, but also good defense from Perry to just stay within touching distance of Robert Jr.
Yeah. Now it's Jones on the cover. Yeah. Searching for options. He drives. Count the bucket again. The contact comes off the dribble penetration, and Najeel Young goes for 2.
That's 2 straight fouls and 2 straight possessions for Drileba. He seems to now be a target for Beira, and Young just using his size there to have his eyes on the basket, and you can see what it means to Nigel Young.
He scores in a variety of ways, and that is a strong take. Nigel Young.
15 points so far for the American, and he makes it 16. It's the highest score for an individual player in this game so far.
11-point game it is. Fight back on. Jones breaks down off the dribble. Now it's the cover defense that comes from Sidibe. I think it will be Najeel Young who picks up the foul call. Frustration on his face. Yes. And maybe a nice chance for us to just go across to Mr. Knock and just try to see what the atmosphere is and if there is any tension on the sidelines.
Yeah, attention, not yet. I mean, I'm behind the City Oilers bench, and you know, they're calm. They're a little bit focused, as you can imagine, and really keeping an eye on things, because all they want to do is keep that lead. And you know, and it's all about playing the important game, being focused, because this is the final for them. And then tomorrow they got another one potentially.
Every single game feels like a final in the BAL-Africa League, and there is Jones knocking down both of those important free throws. Perry back controlling the offense. Nemamade drives in. Ball comes off the rim. It's controlled by Barnaba.
Some defense there from Barnaba.
Jones, well, Justice Jr. tried to get the quick 3. In there is Jones in between the trees, and he gets cleared out.
Yeah, Sidibe and Mark Tagaye providing that cover on the defensive side to deny Jones, but good eyes there from Jones to try and score in that possession.
Barnaba almost in trouble. There was Justice Jr. Now it's Jones guarded by Perry. He's liked that matchup. Jones elevates, hits. Nice score from Jones. And trying to exploit the height mismatch every time Perry's in front of him.
He's a man with a hot hand now. Jones going up to 17 points.
Nemamade drops off. Sidibe wants to look at Najeel Young, and it looked like last touch coming off the hands of Young, and frustration there on his face, and should be. They fight back, but so do the City Oilers, and they keep the lead at 16. 15.
Young and Sidibe have been able to score from under the basket before. There's a bit of miscommunication and doubt there, but they'll recover from that.
Ball goes out of bounds. Possessions continue to just flow by. 7 minutes left in this third quarter. Now baseline, it is Jones. Roebuck Jr. skies up, skies in, and scores.
It's a nice floater there from Roebuck Jr. He's into double digits now, 11 points. And he's the third player from the City Oilers to be in double digits. They're looking good. They're able to share that ball, but also now they are in trouble, foul trouble, 5 team fouls very early on in this third quarter.
Roebuck Jr.
You know that they might be in foul trouble, but they are most definitely playing a very physical game, and they're keeping very tight on the offense when of course Beira are coming up. So they're committing themselves, but they're still 17 points ahead.
Yeah, and that lead continues to be very significant. Nemamade, the chance to just make some inroads into the lead. He gets another chance at the free throw line. And for the larger part of this game, City Oilers have been in control. It's been masterful offense from that man Jones. Justice Jr. has chipped in where he can. And Roebuck Jr. himself.
That man, Nur Mamade, 7 points for him now in the game. And he continues to contribute in more ways than one, which is good for Ferroviario de Beira.
Druleba. Big Barnaba puts the ball on the floor, hands off to Jones. Trapped. Jones gets by the double team and can't finish at close range. The ball is tapped out. It's controlled into the hands of point guard Perry.
Jones is a bit unfortunate there on that attempt, but good defense from Beira.
Now it's Najil Young. Loses the handle and it goes out of bounds. Their offense looking just a little bit rattled here for Ferroviario de Beira.
Barnaba is doing so much work on the defensive side, just using his size to block Ferroviario de Beira.
Justice Jr. looking. Jones draws 2. Back out. Justice Jr. with 5 seconds on the shot clock. He'll pull up for 3. Big time shot making James Justice Jr. from downtown.
Sublime there from Justice Jr. He's played here in Egypt before for Gezira and Smoha, and that experience helps so much for the City Oilers.
Up to 16 points, James Justice Jr. Perry struggled all afternoon, and Sidibe, close range, gets the finish.
It's a big bucket for Sidibe, timely for Beira to get back their confidence in this game. They're trailing, but they're also working very hard to reduce that deficit.
Turnaround jump shot is good as Roebuck Jr. goes deeper into his bag.
Mr. 2, Roebuck Jr. just enjoying himself, and everything looks to be working for the City Oilers. They're getting that confidence, they're working very hard, and all that comes from playing good defense.
Well, he's gone for 28 in this competition, and he's looking to replicate that. There's Perry. Young in the corner, laces the net.
From the best line, clean and nice from Nigel Young to keep them alive in this game. He's up to 19 points.
Leads all scorers on the floor. Barnaba. Roebuck Jr. is wide open, comes off the iron. Nice patient offense, good look for Roebuck Jr. Just couldn't make a wide open shot. Perry. Mark target. Young will try again from long range. This one is wide to the left, and trying to test a little bit of a heat check there. Najil Young, the ball goes out of bounds, and the fight back on in stages as far as Ferroviario de Beira are concerned. There's a timeout called on the floor. It's 61-45 with 4:26 left here in Cairo. Stone throw away from the pyramids is where we are in Cairo, and it's the City Oilers 61-45. They hold on to a significant lead here at Dr. Hassan Mustafa Sports Hall. And Coach Mandy Jiruni, an 8-time league champions from Uganda, looking for their first win in this Nile Conference.
We're talking about a first win. The City Oilers are looking great, good attitude. They've shown a lot of character so far in the game. They're fighting for every ball possession and trying to make good as Jones looks for options here.
Well, Jones drops off. Banaba runs into a little bit of trouble. That's a great defensive possession for Beira. It's knocked away. Roebuck Jr. close range. And the second and third chance opportunities just don't go out of the timeout. Young has numbers if he wants them. Wide open, Munguambe shorts the jump shot. Now, Justice Jr. holds it up, controls. Taking his time. Perry's gonna get whistled for the foul. And gives us just a chance to get a sense of what was said. Courtside, Robbie, could you pick up anything from the coaches?
Yeah, they were just talking about how great the commentary is tonight. Besides that, of course, which is obviously, it's inevitable. Yeah, Coach Hernandez just talking about how they need to slide, they need to really get themselves tightly marking, really high in defense to just not give them the space so that they can shoot, because everybody's got great shooting skills and we've got to be tighter, he was saying.
Thank you very much. There's a shot. There's Justice Jr. now again gets picked up a foul. This one outside the perimeter. And it's going to be 3 shots from the free throw line. These fouls got to be frustrating for Coach Luis Hernandez. The elevation gets up above the defense. And another trip to the free throw line. The discrepancy from the line is significant. It's only the second trip or third trip to the free throw line for the Oilers, but they still hold on to a lead.
Yeah, Justice Jr. is the only player in the Nile Conference shooting 100% on the free throw line, yet to miss. And he clearly wants to keep his record, Q.
It's great if you can get to the charity stripe. It's even better if you can make the team pay, and he's done a fantastic job of converting every time he gets there.
The only other person with a 100% scoring record from the charity line is Asha Kumagisha.
Is that because I've attempted none? Well.
Perry drives in with the left-hander on his bar contested. Ball now pushed up ahead. Justice Jr. skies up. Just a little bit ahead of the play. Misses from point-blank range.
There's commendable transitional defense there from Ferroviário-Beira.
19-point game. Sidibe. Munguambe. Gay is wide open. Comes off the front iron. There's a battle for the rebound. It's controlled and a chance here. Roebuck Jr. one to beat. Up in. Count the bucket. And one it is. Jermaine Roebuck Jr. in transition. And it is looking good for the Oilers here.
Bucket and foul for Roebuck Jr. as things continue to look very difficult for Will Perry and Ferroviário-Beira. But great transition there from Roebuck Jr. And he gives himself a chance to make it a 3-point play.
25 years old is Roebuck Jr. Played for the College of St. Joseph in the NAIA. He had some great numbers, 20 points and 9 rebounds. And there's contact as Jones is on the floor. Just trying to get back up. He's a soldier. Roebuck Jr. shorts. And there's just the errant arm that comes across from Sidibe. But Jones is back, fit and ready, and back in defensive position.
It was unintentional from Sidibe.
Yeah. Pulls back. He drives, kicks to the corner. Now another shot from Munguambe. It rattles off and comes out. Last touch off the hands of Titus Sadique. So Ferroviário will have a chance on the baseline.
I thought that Jones' fall on the ground was probably sort of, you know, the roughest ride he's had since he went in a caleche around the pyramids just a couple of days ago on his day off.
Shot goes up and in, and that's great shot making. Najeel Young has been the one guy on the offensive end that is trying to keep his team in it.
He just got himself a rebound on the play earlier, and then that effort right there, shooting, even though he was fouled, and earning that trip to the free throw line.
Jones, strong on the board. 6th rebound for Orlando Jones.
That's a big rebound there for Jones, contributing on both sides, on offense, on defense, rebounding, assisting. He's been amazing.
He has been. There's a shot. Odike! 4-3. That is a big-time make, and the lead now, the largest of the game for the City Oilers.
He had space, Titus Odeke, and he made no mistake, delivered the goods from the three-point line.
Young, working. Gay. Kicks out, Mungwambe. And the travel call is made, and you know, they hesitated for a second on it. Both referees looked at each other, and eventually the call came.
And looking at how the offensive side for Beira is going, it's a little bit shaky, but they are a team that can switch on, and they've done that before in the 4th quarter against the Cape Town Tigers. So the City Oilers know that this lead does not mean so much.
Ball is thrown away wildly as Jimmy Enabu comes back in. He lands and clashes, and it's the second time we've seen that. The cameramen caught in the wars. It's not an easy job being out there on the floor, and the concern from the players as well.
He's absolutely fine. He's got a smile on his face, thumbs up, and all good. It was all kind of slow motion as he went in, and they read each other as they went down.
Safety first, and still got the shot.
And it wasn't the cameraman. It was the cameraman at the other end of the court. We'll be happy to know he didn't get hit, bonked twice.
There's a lot of physical battles that they catch courtside. So you're in the wars, and there goes Maktar Gay. It's off the court.
As we talk about Jimmy Enabu, he holds a pilot license. His family's an aviation one. His father, Captain David Enabu, a great pilot in Uganda. And of course, huge support from Entebbe, where the family stays. They'll be very proud of his performance here.
Young shot, corrals off the rim. Now it's controlled again by Jones. He's been present on the defensive end, controlling the rebound. Justice Jr. Only 6 rebounds in it. Fierce battle it has been. That was fantastic work by Chirombe to secure possession. Just great hustle, going to the ground and picking up the ball. Important possessions here.
Yeah, great effort there from the 23-year-old Chirombe, who started his career at the club and came through a project that had 300 young players in Beira. Just really has the DNA of this club, Ferroviário de Beira.
Perry, open, knocks down a big 3. Well, he's been searching for his offense as well, Perry, and they don't count the bucket. Offensive foul is called.
And both teams in foul trouble, so Jones will be going to the free throw line.
And that look of frustration is very rarely visible on the face of Perry, but you see visibly affected by the call on the floor.
Talking about that man Jones, if he watches the tape from this game, he'll be very pleased, because most of the highlights will show how effective he's been on the free throw line, in the perimeter, on defense. He's been irreplaceable.
It's been a fantastic performance from that man Jones. Justice Jr. going to get a little bit of a breather with 35 seconds left, and looks like he's going to get some attention to the left hand, holding that left hand. Jones' shot rattles off, but it's tipped in. Roebuck Jr.
It's a big bucket necessary for the City Oilers, especially because CFV-Beira have been trying to close that gap. Every time they score, the Oilers respond positively.
Perry. This one comes off the front eye, and it's again chased down. City Bay looking on.
Yeah, it's just a cut to the right wrist for James Justice Jr. Just getting it. Little bit of treatment, and he should be back on. Superficial cue.
Right there in the thick of things. Thank you, Robbie Knock. Young. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Young up and in. Strong move to the bucket from Najeel Young. The City Oilers going to try and close out the quarter. And Nabu finesses the layup, and that is a momentum builder for the City Oilers as they continue to hold on to a 22-point lead. Jimmy and Nabu speeding up the floor, getting by Will Perry and finishing the quarter in style for the team from Uganda. Uganda City Oilers 74, Mozambique, CFV-Beira 52. One more quarter to come. 10 minutes, that's all that's left in this one for CFV-Beira and their play in the Nile Conference. They trail by 22 coming into this fourth and final quarter. The City Oilers looking to pick up their first win, and let's have a look at those stats.
And looking at the stats, 52% from the field for the Ugandan champions. Have been sharing that ball, 15 assists so far, but the real big difference has been behind the arc. They've shot 11 three-pointers. That's their biggest count in the Nile Conference, and it's showing.
They've been amazing from the three-point line, shooting at just under 50%, and they have controlled the boards as well. Obe loses it, and you almost felt the excitement for the young Elevate player looking to get up above the rim with that, no doubt.
Obe is playing the biggest minutes of a BAL Elevate player in the Nile Conference. He's been given an opportunity by the Oilers, and he's trying to fit in and contribute on the offensive side and on the defensive side.
Najeel Young. Nomamade steps out of bounds. It's important for Beira to try and start this fourth quarter well, just to try and get back within 10, so they might have a say. It's got to be done possession by possession, but the Oilers are there. They've just looked great on the offensive end.
They look great. They figured out the issues that they had.
Roebuck Jr. up and in. A threaded pass finds Roebuck Jr. cutting baseline. He skies up, and he gets another 2 to the total.
It is 19 points for Roebuck Jr., and he ties up with Justice Jr., who also has 19.
Ball gets tapped away. City Bay last touch, and it hasn't quite gone the way CFV-Beira have envisioned it. Well, not at least on the offensive end. That's their 16th turnover.
That touch there from Sidibe denies the City Oilers from making that transitional play, but they'll be patient and run down that clock.
Justice Jr. driving baseline, falling. Last touch, Young. Still, ball will stay with the Oilers. 9 seconds left on the shot clock.
It's a 24-point lead for the City Oilers. It's the last quarter. They want to run down that clock and make sure they score in every possession, give themselves a chance to win their first game here in the Nile Conference.
Obe keeps possession alive, and Nabo is wide open on the baseline. Shot is strong.
It's a good rebound from Will Perry, who's in the right place at the right time as Beira look to add to their numbers.
Perry kicks to Nomamade, who's going to pull up just inside. Shot is short again. It's well controlled by the Oilers on the defensive rebound. Now it's Roebuck Jr. up ahead, and he misses from close range.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed there, but Nigel Young, he played good defense there, especially in transition, and that's what he adds and brings to this Ferroviario-Beira team.
Well, these two teams have met in Division East qualifiers, and on that day, the City Oilers came away with an 88-72 win, and their ball is kept alive. Enabu, Robert Jr. up 2.
Very good hands there from Jimmy Enabu to play good defense, get the steal, and then the assist to Robert Jr., who makes an easy dunk and an additional 2 points for the City Oilers.
Yeah, beautiful two-handed dunk for Robert Jr. Pass inside, now Sidibe finishes.
There's a mismatch there from between Sidibe and Robert Jr., but good eyes for the assist from Nigel Young.
Young, that drop-off, fantastic, simply superb. Sidibe, under pressure, finishes for 2. Odeke, he can hit from long range. Passes, baseline. The contest is good, and that's a good defensive possession. They'll control. Will Ferroviario-Beira.
Yeah, Ferroviario, they're really putting in a lot of work on the defensive side to continue to give themselves a chance on the offensive, but they need to score, and to score consistently on every possession going forward.
Weaving. Young drives on the breakdown. There's another bit of contact. Odeke lifts up his hand, acknowledges the infringement, and once again, their man Young gets a chance to go back there, and he just never gets tired of scoring. It's like his motor runs consistently, and he's been playing heavy minutes, 30 minutes a game for 19.8 points, and he's also averaged just about 7 rebounds.
Well, Young, one of the players who are always fast to get onto the court, focused, has his headsets on and warming up, just trying to get into game mode. He's been amazing for Ferroviario-Beira. He continues to shine as a light on the offensive side, but also on defense.
Well, when he talks about that warm-up routine, he mentions just how important it is for him just to get the feel of the court and the ball. Justice Jr. up. The shot comes off with a long rebound, kept alive. Now Obe turns, and they're looking to try and get the dunk through the contact. But you see how much trust teammates have for Obe, and he is going to get a chance now at the free throw line.
It is 3 personal fouls there for Sidibe, but Segun Obe, he was really waiting for that dunk. He wanted to put up a poster there. Is a bit unfortunate, as Sidibe has a word with referee Walelin Gebeto Fikadu.
78-56, 6 minutes and 43 seconds left here in Cairo. The end of the fourth quarter. Beckons will be back. Cairo, that is what's happening here. We're getting to see the final bit of competition for Ferroviario as they try to book a playoff spot and ticket to Kigali. City Oilers searching for a much-needed first win in conference play. Obe at the free throw line, just out of the timeout. There's 6:43 left. Enough time for Beira still, but the longer the clock ticks, the more difficult the prospect of a comeback becomes.
Yeah, it's a bit complicated there, but Segun Obe on the line, the Nigerian trying to make amends, but he misses both on the free throw line. Not good enough, well, but they'll go and play defense.
Motivating players is always important, especially given the game state. And Robbie, could you pick up anything from one of the coaches?
Yeah, Beira basically saying stop the high ball, don't throw the high ball, don't try it out, get rid of it. And on the other side, the Oilers just talking about using the screens. You know, get the big guys to use the screens, make space, get your shots in, use the guys, let's screen properly.
And taking care of the basketball is so important, especially down the stretch. It's Oilers basketball off the Beira turnover. Jones turns. Jones from the free throw line knocks down another 2.
Jones cannot really make a mistake tonight, can he, Q?
He's been fantastic and takes him up to 20 points. He's got 7 rebounds and 3 assists. Philando Jones, focal point. Perry for 3.
Beautiful timing there from Will Perry with that 3-pointer to keep them going.
Obe, again in the right time, right space there. cutting in timeously and forces Sidibe into a foul.
And Sidibe now counting 4 personal fouls, dangerous for CFV-Beira. And Obe, he may not have scored on the earlier possession or the bucket here, the easy one under the basket, but he'll head to the free throw line and he has another chance yet again to correct.
He's listed at 203, the Nigerian Obe, 93 kilograms, and all of that is just thick athleticism as well. He gets up off the floor, and every time he gets on the floor, you just see the improvement in his game. 5 points, and he's been to the free throw line now for his 4th shot.
Yeah, Shegun Obe finally gets his first 2 points in this game. There must be a lot of pride from the NBA Africa Academy in Sali in Senegal. Coach Roland Houston and of course Karim Nesbo have done an incredible job to train and get these players ready for the BAL.
The Elevate program really is quite special, and the different athletes that come out of that program at least get a little bit of an opportunity here in pro teams. And if they're not on the floor, they're definitely learning what a professional environment looks like. Nonetheless, it's a City Oilers basketball. 5-16. Jones blocked. Sidibe. Back out it comes. Young finishes with the right hand.
It's a nice finish there from Young, and that's sort of the quality that he brings here. He's able to penetrate that paint with or without defense. He's always delivering, Young.
25 big points for Najeel Young. Drop-off pass. Up and in is Robach Jr., making it look easy. They're finding space on the baseline and getting easy scores with the execution on the offensive end.
Nice eyes there on the glass for Robach Jr. against Chirombe. And he gets the 2 points for the City Oilers.
Perry drives. Perry gets the finish. That was a tough take over the outstretched arm of Obe. And skilled he is, whether it's on the drive or on the catch and shoot. And just look at it trickle in for Will Perry.
If there's a player that is resilient, it has to be that man, Will Perry. Always hungry to contribute, always there to attack the paint, whether there's bigger players than him or not. And he's been incredible. And that is 14 points for the American.
Well, back under 20 for the first time in a little while. The lead, 4:21. All that's left in the final chapter of CFV-Beira's story in the conference. Robach Jr.'s shot comes off the front iron. Young. Sidibe. Caught up in that matchup with Obe. And this time, Obe will pick up the foul call.
It's a bit tough on Obe. It's 2 straight fouls for him. But that's sort of what comes with the job and responsibility of being on the court right now in the absence of Barnaba Ngor and Titus Odeke and James Okello as well. He's agile, he's fast on his feet, and he's contributed that so far to City Oilers.
Sidibe gets the shot in on the put back, and evidence of a fight back here. Little bit of momentum for Beira. Gone into a zone.
Time looks to be against CFV-Beira as the City Oilers look to run down that clock.
Jones. Well, contact and frustration. That's probably going to be the end of it for Sidibe as he picks up the foul call. That might really hurt this CFV team. Late coming out on the contest, bundles into the body of Jones, and yes, that's it. The end of the afternoon. Or the end of the evening, rather, for Burama Sidibe.
He's shooting 2 here because he was just inside of the arc, fell over outside.
It's an unfortunate end there for Sidibe, the Malian. He's been very key for CFV-Beira in the paint on both ends of the court, but it also brings back Makta Gaye, who's a bit cold for the end of the game, but of course he's a professional. He'll try to do a good job. And you can see how sad Sidibe is on the bench. And there's substitutions on the floor. Tony Drileba and James Okello coming on for Robert Jr. and Shegun Obe. And looking at the players on the court right now, it's best to believe that Mande Juruni wants to see out this game. These are players who can run the floor in transition and play very good defense. They're players that also are very good at
Jones, Justice Jr. rather, he hits the three and gets the bucket. Now the lead back up over 20, 3:24 left.
Is the third player from City Oilers to score 20+ points tonight.
Young skies with another left-handed hook of his, and more of Young's offensive bag gets unearthed each game. He is so versatile. There's Drileba, Jones, that's Enabu, Philando Jones. Likes the Perry matchup. He's gone to it all afternoon. Jones hits the three. Big time play from Philando Jones, and now it is writing on the wall here for Ferroviario de Beira.
Yeah, that was great decision making from Philando Jones as he continues on the other side, playing good defense on Nigel Young and denying him the ball.
Drop off, Perry. Okay, can't close out. Justice Jr. and the City Oilers are looking good for their first win. They're going to try and control as much of the time and tempo as they can. Take as much time off the clock here down the stretch.
The question is, can they go to a century? Still have enough time on the clock to do that, but that's not the target here. They need to get the W.
And the shot comes in late as the shot clock winds down with just 2 minutes left. It's important time for both of these teams. No points difference, and goal difference does matter, but it'll start to affect the way that the conference will be viewed towards the end of this one. Now, unless here's Perry, pulls up, comes to front iron, there's Gay to finish on the putback.
And it's a great eyes there for Marta Gaye, but on the floor is new faces. There's Fayed Bale returns and the introduction of Ivan Mwezi.
Some important time for Mwezi. And Justice Jr. pulls up way downtown, knocks down another three-point bomb, and they've been locked in from the perimeter.
This is like a new look City Oilers team from the one that played against Slack on Wednesday.
13 threes for the City Oilers, and they've done it about 48%. There's a contact call away from the ball. Well, contact call on the ball, so it's going to be 3 shots here for Will Perry.
Not the outing that Will Perry looked forward to today, but he's really tried his level best, especially on the offensive side, and just being able to score under pressure on that free throw line. He's up to 15 points now.
Well, he's been well guarded, and he's definitely part of the scouting report. Anytime you look at Beira, they figure out ways to keep the ball away from him. You don't really want him to get any clean looks at the rim, and he's particularly dangerous in the pick and roll situation. He gets all 3 from the free throw line. It is City Oilers 105 left in this one. Justice Jr. holds and controls, he gets it back. 3 is good, and that man Drileba has had a hot hand from outside.
Coming off the bench to contribute 12 points, and especially from that best line, beautiful performance from Drileba to say to the coach that he deserves more playing time in this Nile Conference.
Well, you talked about a century, Asher, and it looks like it is getting closer and closer. 40.7 seconds left.
Yeah, it would be a huge mark of success for the Ugandan champions. The City Oilers have won 8 straight National League titles in the top division. They're the best team out of the Pearl of Africa. But here at the BAL, they'll need to do a lot more to sit on the table of the big boys.
Well, this does set up now for a clash tomorrow evening between the City Oilers and the Cape Town Tigers. It will be a win or go home kind of scenario, and that will of course depend on what happens in the game before between Slack and Ahly. But we could see a scenario where you'll have 3 teams tied on 2 wins, and then the calculators will have to come out once again.
Absolutely. Ugandans know that they're used to calculators. But this man, 9 points, 5 for 5 on the free throw line. Makta Gaye, the Senegalese international, he misses for the first time. But great to see Edrin on the floor. Walujo, he was signed from UPDF, which is the army team in Uganda. He was signed for his defensive abilities, but he finally gets his first minute here in the BAL in the Nile Conference. And Mande Jiruni just comfortable that that could be a W.
Well, it is all but set here. And the City Oilers will pick up their first win in this conference play. 37.9 seconds left. Replay has been triggered, and a chance here just for the officials to review.
Looking at that official review cue, this will be a huge moment for Ugandan basketball, but also for the East African region, as Ugandan fans look forward to this victory. But let's look at that replay there. Chirombe, James Okello, Fayed Bale fighting for that ball, and it looks like it came off James Okello last, and it could be possession for Ferroviario-de-Beira. But we wait for the review from the officials.
Well, you got good eyes. I think our eyes see the same thing, but we will just wait for what the referees are. I mean, look at Will Perry calling there for a review, because they just get the chance to review possession, and it is white ball.
Confirmation that it is the Cape, that it is the City Oilers who get possession.
The City Oilers will be looking to finish on a high here in this game and head to the dressing room with their first victory in the Nile Conference, as Fayed Bale comes down with the ball.
Bale has Gay in front of him. Gay putting up some pressure, and there is a foul. You see the frustration on the face of Gay and Perry as they managed to get Bale into a little bit of trouble on that trap. But it's only the 4th team foul for Beira. Just coming around the body of the little bit shorter Bale.
Ferroviario-de-Beira, they've tried to double team here today. It's worked sometimes, but for the most part, the City Oilers have been able to beat that defense.
Nemamade, Young, right hand, he goes. Gay couldn't touch it in. From point blank range on the inside there, Mbia, or Chirombe rather. Looking back and trying to get confirmation. Okello picks up his 3rd foul. 1.9 seconds left. And very important, just picking up a win in conference play. It can do wonders for the confidence of a team, and especially with a do-or-die clash that is potentially looming. Again, this is all factored in terms of what could happen with the Slack game as well.
And Chirombe, who joined Ferroviario-de-Beira last year and won the league with them, and his efforts brought him to the BAL, and he's been amazing so far.
Well, that's going to be the end of this one, as the long-range shot from Nemamade comes off the back iron, And for Coach Luis Hernandez, who's going to bring their conference to a close as CFV-Beira go down to the City Oilers. It was the Oilers who were just dominant from start. Orlando Jones was dynamic in the first quarter. Justice Jr. contributing, as always, on the offensive end. And they've got 3 20-point performances from their 3 premier players on the floor. At full time, it's City Oilers 96, Beira 75.
It's a big performance for the Ugandan champions. There will be celebrations across Kampala. There's been a couple of watch parties across in Bugolobi, in Luzira, in Lugogo, and Wandegea, where they have so many of their fans. But this one means so much to them. They now have confidence heading into tomorrow's fixture against the Cape Town Tigers in a do-or-die fixture for Jiruni's side.
Yeah. Again, for Beira, Will Perry will go back to the drawing board, 17 points. Najeel Young led all the scorers on the floor with 29. Sidibe, 7 points, and it was a disappointing outing as he fouled out on this one. And I do believe that Orlando Jones is the man who is going to be spoken to and have a conversation with. An outstanding performance, 24 points and 7 rebounds, and he was the definite primary point on the offense. It looked like he just had a little bit more in the bag and in the tank, and he definitely delivered.
Well, watching him before the game in the warm-up session, he was locked in, his eyes were definite, and you could see that he's very serious about that.
Well, Jones is courtside. Let's cross over.
Philando, congratulations, first of all, a victory. You know, a victory here in the Nile Conference. How good does that feel for the City Oilers?
God, man, it felt so great, man. You know, I mean, we was due for one. You know, we was due for one, and man, we had 2 days off after our last loss, and we went after it in practice, man. And, you know, we was feeling good in practice about our defense, because that was the main thing in this tournament. You got to play defense, and we haven't been great there lately, you know, so we picked it up in practice, man. We went over our sets, man, and we followed up pretty good today here with this victory.
And what about the bench? What about the players coming off the bench? Everybody came in, stepped in and said, we're going to go for this.
Amazing, man. You know, I preached pregame, man, that we got to trust each other. You know, and the more trust we have in each other, man, you know, the better the next man is. So, you know, we just got to keep clapping for each other and have each other's back, man. So, great job by our bench today, man, and great job trusting each other.
You haven't got too much to clap, too much time to clap now that you've got less than 24 hours before you take on the Cape Town Tigers, a team that you know well. You've scored a few points against them in a recent outing. I think it was 40. How are you looking forward to that one?
Oh, man, I mean, they'll come out. They'll be ready because, you know, we both fighting for a position, you know, for the next round. So, you know, we just got to keep it going, man, and we got to get better. You know, each and every game, I told the guys that, you know, we just got to get better. Every game, every practice, it's a short time that we're here, you know, so we don't have a lot of time. So the time that we do have, we got to be serious, we got to be focused, and we got to be locked in.
Congratulations. Go and take advantage of the time you got before tomorrow. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thoughts from Orlando Jones, and you hear that they are locked in. They understand that tomorrow is do or die. But let's have a look at what the final game stats look like.
Yeah, the key standout there is the 15 three-pointers scored by the City Oilers. That was the difference maker for them. They've won this game by 21 points, and that just goes to show you how important that was for them. But 21 assists for the City Oilers. They were sharing that ball, moving it over around, and 36% from the field for CFV-Beira. That was very low for the Mozambican champions.
15 of 30, the key stat. They were great from just beyond the arc. Some really fantastic shooting. They shared the ball a little bit better and definitely established a nice identity on the floor. 3 players in they were scoring 20-plus points, and that was a real standout for the City Oilers.
Yeah, and looking at Jermaine Roback Jr., 1 rebound short of a double-double today. He'll be impressive. But Tony Drileba, the difference for the City Oilers, he was that missing puzzle that was missing from the City Oilers. They did well. Shegun Obe, the BAL Elevate player, coming in to make a difference. But also for Beira, Will Perry coming up, started very slowly but put up 17 points. Nigel Young, once again, amazing performance, 29 points, 8 rebounds, just 2 short of a double-double as well. And also for Will Perry, but Maktage, very quiet night for him, 9 points, 7 rebounds. But also Nur Mamade and Sidibe struggled on the offensive side and failed to help Beira finish finish on a high in the Nile Conference.
They were well met, and the defense was ready. It was well scouted. It's the second time that the City Oilers have beaten Ferroviario in competition. First time they've beaten them in the Basketball Africa League, but they, like I said, beat them in Division East qualifying, and now they have an opportunity to move forward in this wonderful Basketball Africa League. So it was that great game between Petro de Luanda and Ahly that opened today. They really showcased some amazing basketball, and the City Oilers picking up a big win, their first win in Nile Conference competition, 96-75. Tomorrow, it's the Tigers and the Oilers that will open up this final day of Nile Conference, and then closing it out in style will be Ahly and Slack of Guinea, who will have the final game in conference play. Let's take a look at the standings. Petro de Luanda, they are the Nile Conference champions, looking to continue to build on their performance. Ahly can finish 4-1. Beira are done in the competition. They finished with a 2-3 record, and here we go. If Slack win tomorrow and the City Oilers, it will be a very interesting scenario, because it will be 3 teams on 2-3, and then points difference will come into it. It's going to be an important day in the Nile Conference. We've seen it happen before, all kinds of scenarios. Winning is the most important part of the competition, and all the teams that are going to take to the floor are going to have to do that. Cape Town Tigers might hold their destiny in their hand. The Oilers hold their destiny in their hand. So do Slack. Ahly want to close out in style. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing you this production. It's been a great day of basketball in the Basketball Africa League. And from myself and the team, we'll see you tomorrow. It's greetings from Cairo.